Welcome back, Eagles family. This is season 2, episode 13. We are your hosts, Jacob Rahalva
and Mario Rodriguez, and today our special guest is Xavier.
Let's go.
What up, dog?
How we doing?
Were you gonna say something? Why don't you go to the mic like that?
So, we wanted to thank you guys very much. Our podcast has officially reached over 1,000 streams on Spotify and Apple Music alone. So, Apple Podcasts, rather. So, thank you guys very much for that. YouTube has been doing well also. I mean, that's not even accounting for YouTube. You guys have been supporting our shorts a lot. You've been engaging quite a bit, so we do really appreciate it. And we hope you guys stick around as we release more quality content.
If you guys can help us get to 100 subscribers by the end of the season, that would be pretty cool.
I am subscribing today.
Nice.
He's not subscribed yet.
On YouTube. I'm followed on
episodes?
Instagram. Yeah, I watched the Angels.
Word. Angels? Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Only that one?
I don't remember much of it though.
That's the only one like he knows. No,
Yeah.
Besides,
I think
that was really
I watched the
this week.
Instagram clips though. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a common one that everyone finds us on. Yeah, but recently we like
I think you watched
Instagram,
me
we
follow
did
you.
really well on this so far because we gained like 60, 70 followers. It was crazy.
On Instagram?
It was a lot, yeah. It was
Shit.
a lot of followers that we gained.
I was gonna
People with like hundreds of thousands of followers be like,
Yeah, but
listening
like,
to this.
well, we started with nothing.
No, yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
think like people.
No, absolutely,
I think
yeah.
like the difference between that is like strangers following us.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
really cool to see. So
Any growth is better than no growth.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Gotta start from somewhere.
Yeah,
And honestly, we expected it after the shit we pulled last season.
yeah. I'm going on a date Saturday,
Yes.
and I'm nervous, but
How did you find this person?
none of your fucking business.
Oh,
Jacob.
all right.
How'd you find
My
this
bad.
person?
You're curious of where?
Yeah. Where'd you find this person?
I found this person on Hinge.
Nice.
She's really cool. I really like talking to her. I get excited when she texts me.
Okay.
Aw.
What's her
We've been-
address?
We've been wait, what? Wait a minute. But we've been texting for like a month now. And we were supposed to go on a date like 2 weeks ago.
I remember that. Yeah.
I as well remember.
But we both just like are like, cause like school started for her, not high school. Make that very clear. It's college. and my like work schedule changed where I have like more availability, so it's like more sporadic instead of consistent. But we finally have a day for tomorrow.
Are you guys just planning on going out to eat?
Yeah, well, yeah, especially for the first date, I want to make sure that I actually enjoy her company.
Factual.
Which is, I think, a normal thing.
Good idea.
Where are you going?
Well, I asked, because she lives a bit far, but
Okay.
I asked her what's around her, and she didn't give me a lot of options, but
Okay.
but she said she's a simple gal, and we're going to Applebee's.
Nice.
word.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Applebee's
so-
is nice.
America's favorite.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm nervous that we like text a lot, that I won't have anything to say. But like earlier this week, like I think she found out like that I was an actor and a filmmaker.
Okay.
So I guess we'll definitely have things to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
You'll be
you're a
nervous
pretty
at
good
first.
communicator.
You'll get into it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I am. I just think, especially from my like, past relationship, like I realized that that the one thing that I really care about is communication and then comprehension, because like if you don't understand it, you gotta then communicate that to me.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to you, like what I'm trying to like say to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I understand.
yeah, but just be crazy.
How long has it been since you last went on a date? Like how excited and anticipational were you for this?
I'm excited because I actually like her and
Yeah.
enjoy her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the last time I went on a date wasn't that too long ago. It was like January.
Have you ever been on a date and then realized you like fucking hated them on the date?
I've never hated anybody right off the bat, but I definitely realized that my personality, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think it's pretty cool. Like I think it's a good personality.
You're a pretty good guy.
I think
Like-
you're pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and I when I went on that date, it was like it was kind of not that she was boring, but it was a little too bland, and it was like a lot of me talking so I can fill up the awkward
Gotcha.
air. But then like the next day she texted me that it was fine, and then I unfortunately told her that I don't think this is gonna happen again.
This is so it's
that
so
was fun. Not for me.
Like no, it felt so bad. But I think like that's everything.
It's so fascinating for me because I've been with the same person all of my like teenage and adult life, so I don't really understand like how it feels to like date like that, like seriously date.
Yeah, well, I was. Oh god, hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt later, but but I was like casual dating, like I said before. Like I was speaking to like multiple girls at the same time. Never met them, just from dating apps, and I mean, like I've hung out with a couple of them, but like never really truly gone on a date. And I don't mean hanging out like we were fucking, because we weren't fucking, but we just hung out, and it was like cool, but it wasn't really anything special.
Just chill.
Yeah. What do you guys think is the worst place to be brought on a first date? Like if somebody brought you there, you would just turn the other way and run.
First date bad? Probably like a petting zoo.
Petting zoo?
We have one near us, so that's
I would love to go to a petting zoo.
You may be alone on this.
Not on the first date.
On the first
date.
Okay,
like the first date, like
first date,
for
first
me,
date,
really
first date.
is like getting to know you and talking to see if we have like chemistry or like awkwardness out of the way.
I was about to say the hospital.
The second date, we literally could do anything, and I'll have so much fun with you.
I saw
the
reason I asked is because I saw on Instagram somebody posted that they their Tinder date. It was a female posting, and the dude who she wanted a date with brought her to a trampoline park for the first date, and she was like, "Somebody pick me up, please." but all the dudes in the comments were like, "Yo, he's a keeper. Keep him. He just brought you to a trampoline park. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I kind of agree, but like
guys would think that's like what girls would think is a keeper. That's
yeah,
what I think.
Yeah, but
I think they're trying to help my boy out. You know what I mean? But
no,
like
honestly,
give
bro.
King a second chance.
Yeah, seriously, give him a second chance, please.
99% of the trampoline park clientele are children from the ages of 5 to 15 years old. So honestly, I'm not sure I'd be so comfortable going there for a first date. Don't get me wrong.
Would that be probably like the worst date for you?
Maybe the Peanut Factory.
You are
Peanut
allergic
factory.
to peanuts, yeah.
I was like,
Peanut
why?
Factory.
I was like, oh
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that would be. Is it like air?
No,
like in the air.
No,
Okay, I gotta
eat
it.
Me and Xavier, we're kind of in the same boat. We both recently went back on our dating apps, kind of the similar time, and then we're like, damn, we gotta take better pictures, so we gotta work on ourselves. So
this man called me out on my my profile only because I thought it was like
pictures.
more not the pictures.
Yeah, I'll do a
He was
photo
nice.
shoot of y'all. We can
I
meet up,
appreciate
go to like the
now I'm
park.
good.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm so happy my man out.
What's it called? I was trying to make mine more like funny.
Yeah.
And then I looked at his. I was like, oh, you're like answering the questions.
Yeah. No, okay. Wait. No. Mine used to be. wait. Mine used to be funny too because I don't know. That's like the best asset that I have. I'm hilarious.
I was trying to be silly, goofy. You know.
Just a silly little dude. You know what I mean?
Like changed my mind about recycling. Like. Bro, I thought that was so silly and goofy.
No.
Man, you're like, do you like not like recycling? I was like, wait, it's not serious.
No, that's what I'm saying. Though. Like, I think a lot of people would take it serious. Like, that's not. Like...
Then they're not my people.
That's true,
I think it's definitely an attention grabber, at the least.
Yes, they're like scrolling the come back.
Not in a good way.
I feel like with our generation, we're like really trying to prevent like global warming and like helping the earth and shit. So,
yeah.
Like, you saying that, they're like, wow, red flag.
They're also trying to prevent being canceled, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But one of my things on my, like, Hinge profile, it was like, if loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. And I put the Shrek movies. And I really thought, wow, the women are just going to love this. Like, they're going to eat this up. I'm going to get matches on matches on matches, right? I never got matches. But then, like, Victoria from 2 episodes ago, she was like, do you want me to be real with you? And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, yeah, help me out. Like, I haven't, he goes, these are dog shit.
Yo.
I was like, damn. All right, get to work then. So she picked out a couple, and I was like, you have to answer it like seriously. So the ones that I chose were, a life goal of mine is to travel to all 50 states.
Okay.
Crap. Oh, I think it was like the love language one.
Yeah.
And oh god, I don't remember the third one, but I remember getting so many more matches, and I was like, oh, damn, Victoria was right. I suck at this.
I'm gonna get some advice.
You should
from
update
Victoria.
it and sneak in a picture of us like making out and see if anyone like says anything about it.
This could be us.
this could be us.
This could be us, and, it's
And then they're
us.
like, "Is that actually you?"
And then you can use it as like a podcast plug. Be like, yo, that's my podcast, brother.
Yeah. I was actually gonna do like fun fact about me. I have a podcast, so I can get.
Okay.
So if I didn't go on a date, at least I got a subscriber.
I might take a screenshot from this podcast. And be
Yeah,
like,
you look good today.
I was
you look
on
good.
a podcast.
You got a haircut and everything.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone.
You look sexy as fuck.
What are
I'm
you
gonna be
looking-
straight up
Thank
with
you.
you.
What are you looking for for a woman?
Say long term.
Bitch, no shit. No fucking shit.
Well, some people like short term. Some people like.
What's your love
hookups,
language?
You know? Love language.
Damn, I don't know.
Quality time.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
Quality time.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
rare
And,
one. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Say acts of service. Only because like I be doing that.
No, yeah, I was gonna say for like to show my love is acts
Yeah.
of service and gift giving, but to receive love, I think it's like words of affirmation and like quality
Yeah.
time.
I would want physical touch. I'm not there yet. You know me.
Yeah,
I love
same.
physical
people
touch.
touch.
Physical
I-
touch is definitely my love language.
I'm not there yet. I go to therapy. I'll be there soon.
Yeah. But like, do you have any like actual like physical traits that you typically go for?
Physical traits. Hispanic.
Bro, I love Latinas.
You are dating a Latino.
I just gotta put that out there. I fucking love Latinas.
Yeah, usually just like I got nothing against white girls, but usually just
Yeah.
not white.
Yeah, you can have a
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: he's Hispanic.
Yeah, I'm a white Hispanic.
We're in the same exact boat.
Well, yeah,
sir.
both of you are
Yes,
orange
sir.
hair Hispanics.
Ecuadorian.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is weak as hell.
Same race too.
Ecuadorian redbeards.
Same fucking ethnicity. That's hysterical. Is your mom? Which one of your parents are from?
My mom is Ecuadorian.
Oh,
My dad
see, we
was
got the reverse.
Dominican.
Which is crazy. to me,
So
because
how'd you end up with the red then?
don't
I
know.
ended up
Honestly,
with the
I
red
think I
'cause
got
my
it from
mom's Irish.
Dad. I got it from my dad because there's a picture of him when he was younger, and my aunt sent it to me, and I was like, "When the
Are both
fuck
of
was
his parents
When the
Hispanic?
fuck was this picture taken to me?" Yeah. Well, no,
Wait,
I think
what?
his dad was more German,
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
There it
okay.
is.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
but I got the white from my mom. My mom was like pasty.
No, like
That happens though. That
yeah,
happens.
I was like, okay, orange hair, okay, white, okay.
Did your
I
mom
just
move
got-
here early?
Yeah, I think she was first generation here from
Oh,
Ecuador.
word.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. Back to the love language thing, bro. Mine's definitely physical touch. I could be touching the homies and feeling good about it.
I could touch the homies.
Not in a sexual way. Not in a sexual way.
Well, no, I
Low
get
key,
that.
but like, bro.
I meant it.
I will cuddle with my homies.
Yeah, I can concur to that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like you're a lot nicer than me when I hug you.
Bro, I can cuddle with the
Like
homies.
just hug. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
God.
I
damn,
I
could be here
have
forever."
shared a bed with the homies multiple times. I got no shame about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
call me gay if you want, but in that case, I'm gay for the homies. No, I'm gay for the homies. The homies, I be gay for.
Okay, wait. I feel like you're trying to prove that you're not gay, but like it's okay.
Only the homies. Only the homies.
Yes, it's a
Only the boys.
All right, we get it. Yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You said, well, like a long time ago, you said you can platonically fall in love with the guy,
Yeah.
which I get. I kind of get it.
Platonically,
What do you mean
it's a weird thing. Like I could never be legitimately like
Romantic.
sexually romantically attracted
yeah.
to a guy, but I can be very attracted to their personality. Like
Okay.
and like I could grow a very close connection with them, but it would never get like romantical or physical.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. I think that's pretty like common though. I just don't think it's talked about.
Isn't that just a friendship.
I mean, yeah, no, it is definitely. But I feel like I could like truly like I guess that falls under friendship too. I was gonna say
really deep.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I get it though,
like,
because sometimes you just have like a really strong emotional connection with.
No, I know exactly.
With your bros, with your dudes,
Absolutely,
with your homeboys.
Bro, there's just something about sitting around a campfire with the boys and talking.
I was like, let him finish.
And talking about your emotions. And, you know, shedding some tears with the boys.
Freaking 2 a.m. talk.
I think it's
2 a.m. talk.
Okay,
there's nothing.
No, absolutely, because it's different when like you do with the girl, because like I think girls are just easier to talk about with their emotions. But when it comes to guys, we
when
like
you know
you're letting out.
We get along. Yeah, exactly. Like we get along by like doing dumb shit, you know what I mean? Like sending each other dumbass memes, or like we like joke around and have like a bad inside joke.
Yeah.
But then like when like you have the moment where you're like actually getting serious and you're talking about life and like your emotions, like you're now connected, because like that a lot of people don't do that with you as a guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like nice.
Yeah, women definitely do that a lot more often, and I think like just from the start, their relationship is much like more interconnected. But guys are just so different, because I can literally just like I feel like I've said this in another episode, but I can literally just walk up to a dude and be like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" And then we're friends. Like exactly. Like we're friends after that.
That's what you two basically
are. We can agree on something. We can agree on something, and like you'll say something, I'll be like, "Yes," and then we're fucking.
Yeah, literally. There just needs to be one place of common ground, but. Yeah. I feel like girls, they just like
me and Xavier didn't really like each other at first for no reason either. I think it's because you thought I didn't like you, right?
No, I don't know what it was.
I think you guys were probably intimidated by each other's sexiness.
It might have been that.
You might have. You know,
I didn't know you.
After I become friends
you gave me a little alpha male energy, and I was a little thrown off.
Oh wow,
alpha male. Oh, maybe at work, maybe.
It was work.
Yeah,
I didn't know you outside of work.
Yeah. I was like, I get that. Maybe.
Also, I was friends with Sammy then.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then I didn't know the whole situation, but I thought there was like huge beef, so I was like, you know what? I'm not friends with this guy.
Well, that makes sense, because you don't know me, so like you're just being. Like,
thank you.
That's okay.
Friend. So I get that.
You ever like bark at a customer?
No, but we meow a lot.
I barked at Xavier, because I think he was about to give something out. I was like, I already gave it out, and then there was like the same item for the next like person behind him. So I'm just like,
yeah, this happens a lot. Not the barking, but me handing.
Bro, I barked last night. Okay, to give you guys some reference.
Oh, word.
My brother's dog recently passed. And I last night I was downstairs with my mom and my brother and my two other dogs, and I barked, and my mom said, "Which one of the fucking dogs was that? That doesn't sound like our dogs." And she said that it sounded like the dog that just passed away. And I was like, "Yo, ma, chill. That was me, dog. That was me."
Oh yeah, I was gonna say she should not say that. Yeah. Emotions are running high.
Yeah. No, honestly, they're doing like their method of coping is making jokes about it.
Okay.
So they've been making a ton of jokes about it, but I mean. Honestly,
I'm a trauma joke kind of guy too.
I think that's low key. I think that's one of the healthiest ways to cope, because you're making light out of a bad situation.
I mean, like, it's healthy to cope if you're actually talking about it, but if you're not talking about it, you're just delaying the reaction of your situation.
Yeah, I think it feels like the healthiest way to cope.
Yeah.
Like,
I think if you're making jokes, sometimes like people like it's like preventing you from actually feeling.
Sometimes it's that. I feel like it's both. Like sometimes it's that, but sometimes you're in a place where you can joke about it and make light of it. You know?
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not fully over it, so you're like joking about it. You know?
Yeah, at least with them, it's like a little different, because like my brother and my brother's girl, they got each other. Yeah. So it's like when they're alone, they can let out and talk about it a little bit, but when they're in public, they just kind of joke about it. And I think like in that way, it's like they're making light out of a bad situation, but they're like talking about it on their own. And
he was a really sweet dog. Like he was basically like.
He was a really good boy.
Yeah. I would just like everybody knew of him. You know what I mean? Like,
it was the first dog that resided in my household that wasn't fucking stupid. Because my other 2 dogs, they're literally like this close to brain dead, and they don't know any tricks. They like don't listen. They shit all over the floor.
I saw him just walking around.
Bro, he doesn't even know where he is. He's like lost, just walking around
He was going in and out.
Yeah.
The backyard, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Every time they walk into a new room, it's like they discovered it for the first time all over again. Like every section of my house is brand new.
I can imagine walking into the living room like, why is everything so big? Like, oh my god, the couches are huge.
You imagine like walking into the dining room, you're like, what the fuck?
Can dogs like dogs can get dementia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So, yeah. Absolutely.
Is it dementia or just can't get Alzheimer's, right?
No.
Dog.
It's dementia.
They can get some sort of dementia, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I actually want your guys' opinions about this. So last night, my mother told me that if she ever like got dementia or any sort of neurological condition where she wasn't able to really like think correctly or understand things or process things, and she forgot everything, she said she wouldn't even want to be alive. Like, for everyone else's sake, she doesn't want people taking care of her. She doesn't want to even like get herself into trouble and not even know what's going on. Like, what do you guys think about that? If that happened to you and you guys gained a condition like that, would you guys want to stay alive, or do you guys think it's just like worthless at that point?
I mean, I'd say not. Well, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be in that position. Say like now, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that, and I wouldn't want people to see me like that. But then I wouldn't want to like leave loved ones as well.
Yeah,
I'd say it's a lot of factors.
Yeah,
but overall, no, I wouldn't want that.
I think people say it, but then if they actually were in the situation, I'm pretty sure people with dementia can still acknowledge like death or if they're going to die. So it's like, I mean, like if it's like a planned thing and you like you tell them they're going to die, and like they might forget that they're gonna die a certain day or that they're gonna die at all. Yeah. But like in the immediate moment, if death is like a present thing, I think they can acknowledge the fact that their life is about to end. You know, so I don't know, like if in that situation, like the little bit that you can really think to yourself and remember it, like if you would really want to go, you know.
Yeah. Also, it must be scary, like just fucking. Like coming to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know which one's more aggressive. I think Alzheimer's is a bit more aggressive. Where like, I think where they like get like really aggressive like with you and get scared.
Yeah, I think that's more.
Dementia. I believe that it's more of, like we can have a conversation right now, and if I forget, I'll just ask what's.
Yeah, you ask the same thing like a million times.
Yeah, but with Alzheimer's, like they'll get so scared and like angry about not knowing that they'll like it might like.
That's how I feel like I'd be if I, well, low key only because I feel like I do that now. I'd be like, what the hell? What did she just say?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. Why can't I fucking remember?
That's the thing, though. I'm so curious as to how it feels. I never want to know.
Yeah,
but I'm curious.
I saw a TikTok where this lady was getting married and her dad was there, but he had dementia, and so he didn't remember her. For a while, but all of a sudden, like she was in a wedding dress. And
I saw that.
He remembered her, and I thought it was the cutest shit ever.
Bro, I low key shed a tear because like their reaction. She was literally like wasn't expecting it. She was just like, just wanted to show him her dress, and then he was like, "Hey, baby," and she was like,
"Yeah."
I was like, "Shit."
Yeah, when they start forgetting you, that's kind of the worst because Ev's grandmother, God bless her soul, we when you know we would go and visit her when she was still around, we would go visit her a lot and like take care of her. Sometimes we'd go spend the day with her, and almost every single time, like towards the end of it, when we walked into the apartment, she would ask who we were because she wouldn't remember. And it's really funny though because she would remember me more than she would remember her. So she would see me and she'd be like, "Oh, you're that tall boy." And I'd be like, "Yo, that's me. I'm back." But she would always like ask Ev who she was, and she wouldn't remember her at all. Yeah. But that's like the worst thing, like actually seeing that happen. It's like the feeling you get when somebody you love just does not remember you at all. Yeah. That's tough.
Especially when you like grew up with them.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
That's super tough. You know.
Imagine if my mom was like, "Who are you?" Months of therapy.
Yeah, that's a baggage for sure.
It's definitely traumatic for both ends. You know, like the person who has it, obviously, but for the people who being forgotten.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even sure people with dementia can recognize that they have dementia. I think it's just how they think, and then they're told things, and then they're like, "Oh, okay." And they just keep forgetting. Like if they were told they had dementia, they would just forget.
Alzheimer's, it's more of like they're able to like figure it out because like they are angry.
Yeah.
And then when you like talk to them about it, they're like, you do have this, so you're gonna have to live in a home. Would you put them in a home or would you take care of them?
What, my mom?
Yeah.
I'd take care of her.
I think I would try.
Well, there's 5 of us. I mean, we can all take turns.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine her like if she was like that. Like now.
Yeah, I get it. I don't think I could ever put my parents at home. I think I would have to be living with them. Obviously, if it gets to a point where I'm not able to handle it, obviously I'm gonna have to figure something out. But until then, I'm not gonna deal with it.
You know, I might do some petty shit where I'll like make a PowerPoint of why I should put them in a home, but I'm not going to.
Oh. Make a PowerPoint. Presents it to your siblings.
Because that's some shit she would do to me, and I'll just like return a favor.
Bro's plotting right now. Yeah, he's like, scheming.
He's like, damn,
all right, let me calm down.
I'd probably put them in a home. Honestly, I'd see them as much as I can, but as long as it's like a place I really trust with people who I really trust. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't know, man. Especially if it's at the point in my life where I have like a whole family already. I have my own thing going on. I can't sacrifice like everything just to make sure. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, I do like obviously owe them a lot. But, you know, obviously in the early stages, I'll do what I can. But, like, when it gets to the point where, like, they just start leaving the house and walking.
Care. Yeah, they need a nurse.
Yeah. They need somebody with them all the time.
You know what's crazy to me? Like, throughout your life, like, you will always experience some sort of trauma. Like, it's just unavoidable to ever not experience any sort of trauma.
I think I read somewhere we thrive on stress.
Like I mean, we're literally biologically made to thrive on stress.
Yeah, like if it's like when life's like peaceful, we're bored as hell. We need something.
Yeah,
I think stress is important, but I think there's a difference between good stress and bad stress.
Because typically something happens when like you're younger, and like that's how you like, you know, when you're going through puberty, and then like after high school, you're like. Like, what am I doing?
I do think certain types of stress do make people.
And then when you're older, like more people die.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of just a sad, never-ending trauma.
Well, yeah, death is unavoidable, but you know, I kind of can cope with that, knowing that we're not the only like species to deal with that. I mean, it's just life, you know. Like, do you ever see you ever see elephants like when another elephant dies, they like do their little ritual thing where they all stand around it and they just start screaming because they're like.
I've never seen that.
No, they'll like
go. Maybe it was muted. I don't.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're all standing around it. They'll all stand around it and they'll start making their elephant noise, whatever it's called. What's the sound an elephant makes? How do you say
trumpet?
It? Trumpet? Yeah.
Yeah.
They start trumpeting.
Yeah, I think that sounds
right. Yeah, because they're sad.
Do you guys consider heartbreak to be trauma?
I've never experienced real.
I think it can be. But everybody kind of interprets it differently. You know, like there are some people who
in my mind, like what trauma is, I feel like it's like something that like really like not like scarred you, maybe like a mental scar. You know what I mean? And you move differently now because of it, and you respond differently to certain things. So I do think heartbreak is kind of traumatic every single time. And I don't mean like the relationships where people have dated for like 6 months and then they finally just admit that they actually don't like the other person, because that's not a heartbreak. That's just a breakup.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever experienced
heartbreak. But if it was like truly, like if you truly love somebody and then you guys had to break up, like I think that's pretty traumatic. I think that's something that like really affects you as a human being, like and matures you emotionally. And I think that you are moving differently with your relationships with others now, not only romantically, but with like everybody around you.
So I actually have seen a few videos related to this topic. And that is one of the things that can definitely be traumatic for a lot of people. But I think the important thing is how somebody chooses to move on after the fact and deal with it. Because there's this term called post-traumatic growth, and it's basically like the observation of somebody becoming a better person or making their mindset better in some way because they've learned something from their trauma, right? So, like for instance, somebody who goes through a breakup, like they can have positive post-traumatic growth from that because, like you said, they'll move in a different way, but it can be a positive thing because they know what to look for. And in the breakup, they can find more self-worth because they know values in themselves. If, for instance, they broke up because of something that wasn't their fault, right? Or they got cheated on, or, you can choose to be upset, about getting cheated on for forever, but, or, you can take it, turn it into more of a positive thing and say, hey, I know my worth now. I know what to look out for, and I'm just gonna have a better experience in the future. So I think that aftermath is the really important part, and I think a lot of trauma kind of goes that way, because the harsh reality is, as traumatizing as trauma is, I do think there's a lot of people who choose not to do anything about it. I think there's a lot of people who choose not to help themselves, or at least try. And I think there's a lot of people, and I'm not necessarily like saying that they're doing something wrong for it or blaming them, but it just happens where people get into this kind of spiral where they start feeling bad for themselves, and in a way that's just as much of an issue as the trauma itself. But they just start feeling bad for themselves. They don't want to do anything to fix it. They don't want to try to do any, self-help things. And they just like kind of sit there and be miserable.
That was me for the longest time. Like I didn't do anything or go to therapy or anything.
Or find like an out.
Yeah, I would always just push that shit deep down.
I mean, that's difficult.
Going,
what?
How's therapy going? Because I know you recently like started it.
It's going good. I rant every 2 weeks about a certain person. It's my mom. But yeah, she helps me.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy.
Honestly, she knows that. Like, I come home, she's like, "What'd you talk about in therapy?" I'm like, nothing much. She's like,
like, I know it's me. Okay, word. But like, you think that it's like been helping you, and did she help you get to that appointment of for meds?
What?
Like, like how you had to take the whole psych evaluation?
Oh yeah.
Did she help you with that?
A little bit, like when I would need like advice or when I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Or cool. I think at one point she gave me a number to call. She's been good.
Yeah, she's been good to you.
Yeah, and like one time when I think it was like for a while I kept telling her I couldn't make it because I didn't have enough money to go to therapy, and I like she was like, therapy shouldn't be stressful, so she like lowered it like decent amount. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh wow, good for her.
That's good.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. That's good for me. That's great.
Yeah,
getting that shit.
Damn, she seems like a sweet lady.
Yeah, she's nice.
Is she like single, or is she just? No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's got I think.
Oh, you know?
Yeah, she told me.
Is she bad or what?
That's why she's my therapist. No, because your insurance sends you like a list of possible therapists in your area, and they have like pictures. And I was like, oh, word.
I'm gonna choose that one.
I was swiping right.
It's like a dating app. That's so
dating
funny.
app for therapists.
That's so fucking funny.
I was like, nah. I was like, shorty's 90 years old. I'm good.
That's true. Cause like, that's true.
That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, because like, what if like they're really old and like God forbid, but what if they pass away while like?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just didn't want to talk to them.
No, I get it. I'm not saying that you didn't do it because of that, but I'm saying like you're talking to them consistently for like
so traumatic.
months, and then they pass away, but they don't text you back, so you don't know they pass away. But you're like, damn, what if they passed away? So
yeah, that's weird.
Conclusion
I assumed like the institution would reach out to you.
Yeah,
like somebody working for them.
Yeah, but, like damn,
they'd have to find you some like somewhere to connect you to. Only because like imagine someone who really needs therapy and your therapist dies.
You know what I was thinking about?
That's horrible.
With older therapists, all right. I've known people who have gone to therapy and ended up swearing against it because they got the wrong therapist for them.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think how many therapists there are that may be older or even younger, but I would say probably mostly older due to the generational gap. But how many therapists that are just like very not suited for today's issues? I feel like a lot of older therapists who were hired like a longer time ago probably like have a very different approach to the issues. Because I've definitely like I've known people who have been like, oh yeah, my therapist like tells me I'm wrong. Like my therapist will like not listen to me and like tell me that I'm a problem, right? And that's like, I feel like in therapy, that's like the one thing you shouldn't really do. I mean, there's a certain way to do that.
Yeah.
Like being able to acknowledge like a obstacle that you have is one thing, but being like, oh, you're a fucking lunatic. You're just crazy.
Wake
like,
up.
Get
your fucking life together.
Like I don't know. I've heard shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes therapists like they have like such a like power over you, you know, and some people like some therapists like use that like against you.
Yeah, I mean you're looking up to them for like help.
Yeah, and then like when they use you, like especially like the ones where like they find their client attractive and then they go on a date with their client is like fucking weird as hell to me.
That's wicked.
Because that's like just psychologically you're just a terrible person.
Yeah, I mean that definitely happens in like every profession where somebody would date one of their clients. But I think in that situation, or like even if you're a doctor, like that's like, don't you like oath against that shit?
Yeah, that's like the
like,
first. I think
like,
that's like the first.
Isn't that part of the oath?
Yeah.
Well, like if you think about it, a doctor technically their client is everybody because they take an oath to serve everybody.
Well, yeah, no, but I think they're supposed to not have that deep of a.
Like
no, but I'm
if your date is literally your client, is
like you literally see
like,
them.
Yeah. Like you had a checkup. Let's go on a date.
Like the doctor's kind of cute, you know. That means
a little 5 minutes in the office with a door locked.
No,
it's good for you. It's bad for that.
The doctor is cute. Not only since she's a doctor, you know she's smart. And since she's a doctor in New York, I know she's getting paid big.
She's a baddie for sure.
Yeah. So, hit me up. Shit.
Well, you want my therapist number?
Yeah. Well, you already gave me it.
I did.
Yeah, we've been talking, so.
Have you?
No.
What's your guys' ideal profession to get into a long-term relationship with?
What?
like if you guys, no, I'm saying like if you dated somebody, what would you really want them to be?
Lunch lady.
No, but they're kind of
so nice, bro.
They're the kindest people.
You're so fucking
I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready.
I
wasn't ready.
So nice. Kind gal. He's a simple man.
Bro, they're literally so nice.
They are.
Work with kids
just
like all day. They're literally feeding kids.
Yeah.
Living.
Mr. Beast.
That's true. That's true. That's an interest. That's like, you know, I respect it completely.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
I agree.
For me, I would say like maybe like an engineer.
Okay.
I find intelligence very attractive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since I'm not the brightest person out there.
Nah, smart girls are.
Yeah, they're attractive, but like not like
intelligence is a
you know what I mean?
is a beauty. Yeah.
Like there's a difference between like being condescending intelligence and then like just being smart overall. You know what I mean? And being patient.
Trying to educate others. Too.
Yes.
But not being a dick about it.
Yeah. I think that's the same goes for girls though. Like they want dudes that aren't constantly trying to mansplain them. So
yeah, all right. I would say accountant because and listen, don't quote me on this. I saw this in a fucking commercial, and it may have just been a great marketing scheme. All right, but I saw in a commercial that women actually, on average, in the United States, have higher value savings portfolios compared to men, and are actually better with money.
I believe that.
So if my girl knows how to save some money, and she can stop me from spending on my shit because I love spending money, then I'll take that.
Or a teacher.
Or a teacher.
Free the whole summer.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
And you're getting paid each week in summer.
That's true. Yeah.
My sister just started.
Well, that's to be fair. The teacher thing that's for Long Island.
Yeah,
not everybody gets.
My sister just started school a little while ago. She said there's already been 2 fights in 5 days of school.
Our school, we're kind of infamous for stupid ass fights.
Bro, but I mean, just everywhere. What the fuck are you fighting about, bro?
I forgot about school fights. That's been a thing.
Dude.
They're so dumb.
Our school was so bad that I walked down the hallway. These 2 kids started fucking brawling. They heard security. Don't worry about it. But the security was coming by, and while they were brawling, they stopped, and then just walked away. That's how crazy.
If you're gonna brawl, at least be committed. Don't be a pussy when security shows up.
No, both of them stopped. I get it.
No, I'd stop too.
They both fought. They both understood, and they both left. I get it. If one of them just stopped and left, you're a pussy. But if
a mutual
agreement.
Yeah,
it was a ceasefire.
Yeah, that's not the first time. You know, it's I remember
signed a peace treaty.
Literally, and then remember when those circles happen, and you're like, oh my god,
yeah. Just disperse after.
There was this, bro. Honestly, the ones that I really knew of were the girl fights. Those were the craziest fights.
Yo, those fucking cat fights are pulling their hair and shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, they just know how to fight compared to the guys when we were in high school. High school, there was one punch and they were already down.
Yeah. With my school in Smithtown, there wasn't a lot of fights. There would be fights, but they'd be planned. Be all right, Thursday.
Honestly, they did
going down.
Yeah,
everyone meet here.
We did the same thing. There was a day specifically where it was fight day, national, because it was just historically one of the days that we get into fights, and there was 3 fights in one day.
No, ours would be when they were both free. Yeah. But then they'd meet there. It would always be a horrible fight.
Gotcha.
Never really land anything. Our teacher would always be there because they'd hear about it.
Yeah.
They'd stop it immediately. But then I went to Bosie's, dear Lord. I had never seen a fight till I went to Bosie's.
They should have school boxing teams.
Yeah. One time I walked by.
Is crazy to me.
I walked by the Amityville bus. The whole bus was fucking rocking. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? My boy was like, all right, I'll catch you. And he walks on.
And he starts fighting them too.
Yeah, he's like, can y'all get the... He pushes the girls over. It was these 2 big bitches. They were just rocking the whole bus. And some people were like, yeah. Others were just like, can y'all stop?
Yeah.
Do you guys think... Controversial topic here. Do you guys think that if a woman hits a man first, that the man has the right to hit back? Or are you one of those people who believe
open
that
hand or closed fist? No, that she did. Sorry, no.
How do you
first move on her?
How do you want me to beat the shit out of her?
No, not that. All
right. How did she
close
hit
fist?
you?
She swung on you.
Closed
She punched you. She swung on you.
I don't know. It depends on the situation and how many people are there,
bro.
But no, I'm not fully swinging on. I'll restrain her and be like, all right, can you all not?
What are you doing? Stop.
I will.
If no one does anything to stop her, yeah.
I will suppress the threat in any way necessary. Listen, man. You gotta disarm them somehow.
I'll
self-defend,
but I'm not murdering her.
Well, yes. I'm not saying.
I mean, I think that I would maybe.
She slapped me. Y'all saw it.
Yeah, I think if I step in, I think that the only time I would step in would be if they had a weapon.
Yeah.
If they were just I typically, because I am bigger than a large percentage of females. Also, I don't think I would ever get into a fight with a female. So
I just think as a female, like if you're going to hit somebody though, you should be ready for something to come back. I'm not saying that it's right for them to do something back, but I think if you're gonna hit anybody, regardless of the gender, you should be ready for some like returning fire. You know, like you can't hit a dude and then if he hits you back, be like, I can't fucking believe this.
Like that happens every time.
Yeah, I know, but I think like
I think that's pretty normal to think about because like if you get slapped. Like, there's no reason for you to punch her.
But that's why I was asking.
Well, no, but if you get slapped back, then, like, it's just equal return of fire, then. Yeah. You know, some guys are going to defend themselves or just do shit back because they want to, like, one-up, you know?
See that train video where that woman slapped the guy? And then I think I saw the edited one. Oh, yeah. Where the dude slapped her and, like, Sonic coins came out of her.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah. Right, I just think you got to be ready for it.
So we're talking about moral dilemmas. We'll end this episode off with some moral dilemma questions. This one's called Midnight Death.
Oh. Sorry if you guys hear like a fucking lawnmower outside. Somebody's getting yard work done next to me.
You have worked years to be successful in your father's business. You felt you were obligated to take over as he worked his whole life to build the business left to him by his father. However, the large businesses in town have seriously cut into profits, and for several years, you and your family have just managed to scrape by. Your father's health has declined, and he has been hospitalized. He has a substantial life insurance policy that expires at midnight. If he dies before midnight, you will inherit enough money to pursue a career you have always dreamed of and provide adequately for your family. Do you, A, pinch the oxygen Jesus. Pinch the oxygen line, making it possible for your dad to die, or smother him with a pillow? B, tell your dad the problem and let him suggest a solution and go by what he says? C, do nothing as you cannot imagine living with yourself if you terminate your dad's life?
Is there not... Okay, do I have to fucking murder him? Is there not an option to, like, have the nurse pull the plug? Like, can I not just, like, ask them to do it for me? Do I have to smother him with a pillow?
Well, no.
I'd probably seek advice.
If they did it. So you would do it.
I'd probably seek advice, because what if he just chooses to sign a DNA?
Yeah, if they're like, on their deathbed...
You mean an NDA? You said DNA.
Do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
Oh.
DNR.
Yeah, DNR. Do not resuscitate.
You said DNA. I was like, I don't think that's it.
Sorry.
Can you not if they're in like basically like critical condition and you know that they're gonna die? No. Can you not choose to like pull the plug early?
You can. It depends on what they.
I'm assuming that in this situation that his health is declining, but he's still able to talk.
Honestly. I mean, if I have to fucking murder him and I can't just have the doctors pull the plug, I would just do nothing. Like, I'm not gonna kill him.
I'd probably seek advice.
You have to choose one of them, though.
Yeah, I would do nothing.
So you do nothing? I would ask my dad.
Seek advice.
Nah, cause listen, even if my dad wants me to, I'm not gonna smother him with a pillow.
No,
if I could have the nurse do it and pull the plug, I would ask him.
Well, I would choose B because I would ask him, and then if he does want to like just die, I would make him sign the thing that you just said, the D and RA.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright. Next one. Get rich. Your friend offers you an opportunity to make a great deal of money very quickly. He has arranged to set up an offshore account for your profits. He will not tell you exactly how he is making this money, but you get the impression it is not exactly legal.
Drugs.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Drugs.
He only wants an investment of $500 and promises you will have enough from your minimal investment that you will never need to work again. A. Give him the $500, deciding if you don't know how he's making it, you're in the clear. B. Demand to know the details before getting involved. C. Decide you want no part of this deal as you trust your instinct that the offer is shady and you might even get in legal trouble.
This is off the record, but A.
I
would just give him the $500, bro. If I can, like, okay.
No,
$500, right? It's not that much money to lose. It's not that much money to lose. People lose that money in casinos all the time. If I give him $500 and nothing happens. Okay, I lost $500.
Yeah.
If I give him $500 and I have enough money to survive the rest of my life without working, bro, the cops, the fucking law enforcement does not catch half the shit that goes on in this world. People sell drugs like crazy. People do illegal shit like this like crazy, and they barely catch that shit. I will take that risk.
But yeah, what's the risk? Like
losing $500
no,
or going to jail.
Like if if I give him the $500 and it doesn't work out, am I going to jail?
If he gets caught,
yeah.
It depends if he rats you out, but it's saying that if you choose to give it to him, you don't want any information, so you will be in the clear because you had no idea.
Yeah, I'd probably ask a few questions, and then if he was like, "Oh, you can," it's either the money or you're out. I'd be like, all right.
I would demand to know the details before getting involved.
I'll just do it, bro.
I would demand, so I'd be like, okay, so it is illegal. I'm not doing that. Or if it's not illegal, it's just me being a little sketched out because he wants $500. I'll be like, okay, word.
Knowing me, I'd probably be the one asking for the $500. Be like, yo, I got a great idea. I just need a little bit of investment.
Okay. Telling a secret. Your friend tells you that they committed a crime. They explain that they are having trouble sleeping at night and feel you are the only one they can trust with their confession. A few days later, you read in the paper that someone has been arrested for your friend's crime. Do you, A, go to the police and tell them what you know? B, encourage your friend to confess and warn him if he does not do so? You will tell him. C, say nothing because you will not betray a friend's confidence.
Depends on who it is. If it's one of the boys, I'm not saying shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm going secret option D. I'm showing him and being like, yo!
You're free, my man!
Let's go!
Well, also, okay. Because here's the thing,
what it is and
right?
Who it is.
This question needs some more information. Because what is the actual crime?
Yeah.
Like, did he murder somebody and I know who the person is and then it says in the paper this person was, person was charged for murdering
Was
this
the person,
like,
they murdered bad or good?
Or was it just like a robbery and I can't prove whether or not somebody else just committed the same crime?
Or was it
you know what I'm saying?
An even more malicious crime, because then there's stuff I won't, like, go down for.
True, know? Like if bro like sets the White House on fire, like all right, someone's gotta like.
Okay, I think they'll find you, dog. Why are you in my house telling me this right now? I think that you need to be on the
As soon as you said the White House, they started listening.
Yeah, literally.
They're watching right now.
Say,
that's them.
Yeah, I think they're in the lawn with the guy in the lawn. That's just the phone. That's just speaker. That's not even the actual lawnmower. But I think that, I think if it was one of them, honestly, if one of you two were just like, yo, I deadass just robbed, like, 2 homeless people, and I'll be like, how much? And you guys were like, $1,000. I'll be like, like, there's no way to prove it unless you get, like, unless you show me, unless, like, you post it on your story, on your private story, that you're like,
if you steal from someone who stole, is it still stealing?
Did you say we stole $1,000 from a homeless guy?
Did I say homeless guy?
You did.
Oh, I didn't mean to say homeless guy. Sorry,
I was like, no, sorry, it just kicked in. I was like,
I don't know why I said
how is that man
I
homeless?
meant to say an old person.
Oh,
okay. In a home.
But yeah, if you steal from somebody who stole, is that still stealing?
I think that like the people that I'm friends with would never do that. I think some of my friends are a little questionable about like going into selling drugs. But I
sell crack. That's a lie.
Like if they like told me they did that, I'd be like, okay, just never text me that you do that.
Yeah.
And we'll be okay.
You just don't gotta talk about
It's not my business.
Don't bring your business around here.
Yeah, literally. Like I'm not gonna personally buy, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
No work talking.
Put me on your marketing team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, last one. A hit and run. Late one night, you are driving home in a bad rainstorm. A drunk reels out in front of your car and you try to stop, but hit him. Nobody sees you. The guy looks and smells as if he is homeless. You check to see how badly he is hurt and realize he's dead. You have never even had a speeding ticket and are an upright professional with a family and are well known and respected in your community. That's a lot of ands, sorry. Do you make a report anonymously, confess your crime, or drive on home and forget about it?
How badly is
Alright.
car injury?
Knowing no one's going to pursue the death of a homeless drunk.
I have a very interesting perspective on this because I actually know somebody, and I'm not going to say his name for very important reasons. I actually know somebody who hit somebody and killed them.
Oh my god. Okay.
By accident, like this said. He was not charged with anything.
What do you?
But he like said he did
so basically there was like it was basically the same exact scenario. So some drunk kid, he was like 17 years old, 18, 19 years old, the kid that died. And he was wearing all black. He was drunk. He like tripped off the sidewalk, fell into the road, and was laying on the road in the middle of the night wearing black. And so the guy is driving his car. He runs over him. He thought it was a pothole. His car actually ended up flipping over from the impact, and he like hit a tree and like rolled over and like, so obviously he got into a bad accident anyway. But it wasn't until after the police and the crime scene came that he discovered that he killed the guy. But he was not charged for anything because crime scene was able to prove that it was an accident.
Yeah.
Because like there were no marks on his car above his bumper. So, and he was driving a big truck.
Yeah.
So they knew that he wasn't able to view them based on how they
hit. On the ground wearing all black.
Yeah, he fell over. He was like drunk. He just fell in the road, and he was wearing all black. And then by the time he drove and hit him,
wow.
it was
That's crazy. Oh yeah, with the truck,
But that's what I'm saying. In that case, I would honestly just call the cops and tell them what happened, and chances are you probably won't get charged with anything if they can prove that it was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
But also like prove that he was like drunk too.
Well, it would be easy to prove he was drunk.
Yeah. It stays in there, especially if he's dead. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
How badly is the car? Like,
what?
How bad is the car?
Like.
How bad is the car?
I mean, like, it's pretty. I think it's pretty like, unless it's like they were walking on a crosswalk.
Okay.
And like you hit them, that's bad. Like they were crossing, you should have stopped, dog. Like you should have realized like someone might have came.
Yeah.
But if it was like out of like there was like just like no street, like there's no crosswalk or lights or anything like that, and you're just driving because like that's the only thing you're supposed to be doing on the street.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden they like jump.
Yeah. Especially if it's like in a rainstorm, like your
all
visibility's super low. It's very likely to pass as an accident.
Yeah, true.
So that would be my answer.
Good job, guys. I'm proud of y'all.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Hey, it was fun.
If you had anything to say to the world, what would it be?
Not really. Like an up and coming project.
Sure.
I don't know if that or you're trying to be an architect, right?
I'm not shouting out my architecture.
No, one day he will build a city.
You want to get your building demolished by me? Meaning I'll design it and it'll fall.
Send us an email. Send us an email if you want your building.
Send me an email, x@nyt.edu.
I'm not going to have that email for much longer.
That's why I won't get it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of...
Yeah, please subscribe. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts so you can get notifications of when we post. Please like and listen to our episodes on Spotify as well.
Rate them on Spotify as well.
TikTok, all the joyful apps of the youth. And we will see you later. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
The youth.